Hello and welcome. We are live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Support for India's claim for permanent UN Security Council seat increases. Bhutan and Portugal also back India's bid. Israeli attacks shift focus from Gaza to Lebanon. Multiple airstrikes rocked Beirut. Jordan, Australia warn against spread of the conflict in the region. Race to White House gains momentum, taking a pitch on immigration and border issues. Kamala Harris visits southern border as Trump campaigns in Michigan after meeting Zelensky. And Storm Helene devastates US, kills 44 people across Southeast, one of the biggest storms ever to hit the Gulf Coast, leading into catastrophic flooding. All right, our top story. After support from US, UK and France, India's UNSC bid now gets endorsement from Bhutan and Portugal. Speaking at the United Nations General Assembly, Bhutan Prime Minister Sharing Tobgay said that India, with its significant economic growth and leadership in the Global South, deserves a permanent seat at the Security Council.
Bhutan has long advocated for the reform of the Security Council to make it more representative and effective. For this, India, with its significant economic growth and population and leadership of the Global South, deserves a permanent seat at the Security Council.
And Bhutan Prime Minister also thanked India for being a development partner.
Last December, 52 years after joining the United Nations, Bhutan graduated from the LDC category. To achieve this achievement did not come easily. It was a journey marked by hard work, perseverance, and sacrifice. Most importantly, I would like to reserve our deepest thanks to India, our closest friend and neighbor. They have been with us from the very beginning of our development journey and have remained steadfast in their support and friendship.
At UNGA address, Portugal PM Luís Montenegro backed India's claim for being a permanent member of the UNSC.
On another front, we are in favor of reforming the United Nations Security Council to make it more representative, agile and functional. Its composition is outdated, and the absence of representatives from some regions hampers its functioning. Portugal supports the African Common Position and the aspirations of Brazil and India to become permanent members.
India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will deliver a speech in 79th United Nations General Assembly on Saturday. Meanwhile, Dr. Jaishankar met the Foreign Minister of Singapore, Vivian Balakrishnan, on the sidelines of the UNGA. Dr. Jaishankar also met the Foreign Minister of Uzbekistan. He appreciated the progress of bilateral ties between both the countries. On the sidelines of the UNGA, External Affairs Minister met Rasit Meredov, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Turkmenistan. Dr. Jaishankar extended greeting on Turkmenistan's National Day and discussed further expansion of India-Turkmenistan ties. Further, Dr. Jaishankar met Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates and Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the Indian Minister met Lars Løkke Rasmussen, the Foreign Minister of Denmark. Both leaders appreciated the positive directions of the relationship of both the countries and shared perspective on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And India's External Affairs Minister also met Casper Veldkamp, the Foreign Minister of Netherlands, and discussed strategic issues of the day. Dr. Jaishankar met Timko Mukunske, the Foreign Minister of North Macedonia, at the 79th UNGA meeting. Both the leaders discussed investment, connectivity and cooperation with the region. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar chaired the BIMSTEC informal foreign ministers meeting in New York. In the meeting, India took stock of close cooperation in health, food security, trade, investment, economy and energy. The meeting also explored opportunities for capacity building, skill development and improving people-to-people ties. Dr. Jaishankar reaffirmed India's commitment for wider engagement with BIMSTEC in line with Neighbourhood First, Vision Sagar and Act East policy. And Dr. Jaishankar also co-chaired the India CARICOM Foreign Ministers with Dr. Vince Henderson, the Foreign Minister of Dominica. The meeting focused on discussions around upgrading the partnership and deepening cooperation in health, IT, fintech, capacity building, renewables and food security. The minister said India's bonds with CARICOM draw from past experiences, address current needs and aspire towards a brighter future. Further, Dr. Jaishankar co-chaired India Select Foreign Ministers meeting alongside Secretary of Foreign Affairs of Honduras, Eduardo Enrique Reina in New York. The meeting focused on political cooperation and deepening economic linkages, advanced South-South cooperation. The agenda of the meeting included digital public infrastructure, health, clean energy and capacity building. The meeting also highlighted possibilities for greater engagement in artificial intelligence, e-mobility, space, smart agriculture and drones. India and SELEC have a shared commitment to reformed multilateralism. India once again has slammed Pakistan at a global stage. Addressing United Nations General Assembly, Indian diplomat Bhavika Mangalanandan said that Pakistan has a global reputation of terrorism, employed cross-border terrorism as a weapon against its neighbor.
A country run by the military with a global reputation for terrorism, narcotics trade and transnational crime has had the audacity to attack the world's largest democracy. I speak about the reference to India in the speech of the Pakistani Prime Minister. As the world knows, Pakistan has long employed cross-border terrorism as a weapon against its neighbors. It has attacked our parliament, our financial capital Mumbai, marketplaces and pilgrimage routes. The list is long. For such a country to speak about violence anywhere is hypocrisy at its worst.
And referring to Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's speech at UNGA, India pointed out that how Pakistan is using terrorism to disrupt elections in Jammu and Kashmir.
It is even more extraordinary for a country with a history of rigged elections to talk about political choices, that too in a democracy. The real truth is that Pakistan covets our territory and in fact has continuously used terrorism to disrupt elections in Jammu and Kashmir, an inalienable and integral part of India. A reference has been made to some proposal of strategic restraint. There can be no compact with terrorism. In fact, Pakistan should realize that cross-border terrorism against India will inevitably invite consequences.
And calling India's rise in Global Innovation Index 2024 to 39th position a remarkable feat, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a post on X wrote, and I quote him, "A remarkable feat. Our government is committed to ensuring a vibrant innovation ecosystem which can transform the lives of the youth." India has improved its ranking from 81 in 2015 to 39 in 2024 among 133 global economies. Last year, it figured at 40th position. India, however, ranks first among 10 economies in Central and Southern Asia region and also first among 38 lower middle income economies. India's innovation landscape continues to flourish, powered by our innovators and entrepreneurs. An encounter broke out between terrorists and security forces in Adigam Devsar area of Kulgam district in Jammu and Kashmir. It is believed that some terrorists are likely to be trapped in the area. The ongoing anti-terror operation was being carried out by Jammu and Kashmir police and the Indian Army. The security forces launched a cordon and search operation in the area after receiving specific intelligence about the presence of terrorists. Moving on to other stories now, as the US presidential election nears, Vice President and Democratic candidate Kamala Harris visited US border with Mexico. Harris arrived in Arizona, a border town of less than 17,000 people, on Friday. She walked alongside a stretch of border wall built during Obama's presidency to stop illegal immigration. In her first visit to the international boundary since becoming the Democratic presidential nominee, Harris talked with local border patrol leaders. Later also called for further tightening asylum restrictions. Immigration and border security are the top issues in Arizona, the only battleground state that borders Mexico. Some 7 million migrants have been arrested illegally crossing the border under Harris and Biden rule, a record high number that has fueled criticism from Trump.
To reduce illegal border crossings, I will take further action to keep the border closed between ports of entry. Those who cross our borders unlawfully will be apprehended and removed and barred from re-entering for 5 years. We will pursue more severe criminal charges against repeat violators. And if someone does not make an asylum request at a legal point of entry and instead crosses our border unlawfully, they will be barred from receiving asylum.
And former US President Donald Trump met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday. While his meeting, Trump in a statement said that he has a very good relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump's meeting with Zelensky comes after he criticized the Ukrainian leader on the campaign trail.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to... So I appreciated that. So we have a very good relationship. And I also have a very good relationship, as you know, with President Putin. And I think if we win, I think we're going to get it resolved very quickly. I really think we're going to get it resolved.
I hope we have more good relations.
We're going to have, oh, I see. Yeah, but you know, it takes two to tango, you know, and we're going to have a good meeting.
And after his meeting with Zelensky, Trump continued his election campaign in Michigan. Addressing a rally, the former president blamed his rival and Vice President Kamala Harris and US President Joe Biden over immigration issues in the US.
We had the best numbers we ever had 4 years ago, and now we have the worst numbers in the history of the world, not just this country. At least 21 million people came in during their term, and as we just said, a lot of them are real bad people, real rough people. But they're also taking a lot of jobs from Americans, probably happened with you. And as the small number of jobs they created were all taken by illegal immigrants in the last short period of time. And we're going to make that change. You look like it'd be great. I'd like to have you make the motor, the engine, the motor of my car any day. But unlike Kamala, who always complains and doesn't do anything, I keep saying, why don't you do...
And Donald Trump on Friday accused Google of showing only bad stories about him and vowed to have the tech giant prosecuted if he gets back in the White House. Trump provided no backing for his accusation in a post on his Truth Social platform, in which he added that the search engine displays only positive articles about his Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris. Google has been adamant that it does not manipulate search results to favor any political candidate. All right, we'll slip into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching DD India Live.
Is foreign interference becoming the biggest threat to democracy worldwide.
Human mind is being hacked. How it is being hacked is by sowing those seeds of doubt in the leadership.
This falls in the domain of grey zone warfare, where even before the information age, there always was foreign interference in elections.
It is Cold War 2.0, force multiplied with digital technology, and then reaching out to each and every individual voter.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Some more stories. A series of new blasts hit Beirut's southern suburbs in early hours of Saturday, sending huge clouds of smoke soaring above the densely populated area. The Israeli army claimed that its airstrikes killed Muhammad Ali Ismail, the commander of Hezbollah's missile unit in southern Lebanon, and his deputy, as well as other senior officials. The strikes were followed by a second bombing hours later, which Israel's military said targeted Hezbollah weapons stored in buildings in the area. The Israeli army said that it would attack all strategic locations of Hezbollah, asked residents to evacuate.
As part of the extensive aerial operation to degrade Hezbollah's terrorist infrastructure and capabilities, we are preparing to conduct strikes on strategic assets that Hezbollah has hidden underground beneath 3 buildings in the heart of the Dahya in Beirut. Over the years, Hezbollah has developed an anti-ship missile arsenal supplied by Iran. Hezbollah has both threatened and, in the past, carried out attacks on maritime global shipping route.
Meanwhile, Hezbollah denied on Saturday that any weapons or arms depots located in buildings that were hit in an Israeli strike on Beirut suburbs, the Lebanese armed group's media office said in a statement. Now, the United States claimed that they had no advance warning of an Israeli strike in Beirut. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said he did not have any warning of strikes in Beirut that targeted Hezbollah's central headquarters, as he was on a call with his Israeli counterpart while the strike was underway. Austin also said he would be speaking with Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant again soon for an update.
The United States was not involved in Israel's operation. We had no advance warning. My call with Minister Gallant took place while the operation was actually already underway. What I will say is that you've heard me say a number of times that an all-out war should be avoided. Diplomacy continues to be the best way forward, and it's the fastest way to let displaced Israeli and Lebanese citizens return to their homes on both sides of the border.
While speaking at United Nations Security Council, Jordan's foreign minister warned against threat of spread of conflict across the Middle Eastern region and turning into a regional war.
The danger of the region falling into a real regional war is growing by the day. Stop this danger before it's too late. You have the legal, political and operational tools that can defeat it. Use it. Impose sanctions.
While Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong also said in the United Nations on Friday that Lebanon cannot become the next Gaza.
Humanitarian aid is not a long-term answer. It is now nearly 300 days since Australia and 152 other countries voted for a ceasefire, and today I repeat that call. Just as I repeat Australia's call for a ceasefire in Lebanon and for parties to fully implement Resolution 1701, Lebanon cannot become the next Gaza.
And the death toll from Storm Helene rose to at least 44 people across the southeastern United States. Helene was one of the biggest storms to ever hit the Gulf Coast, leading into a life-threatening flooding. Hurricane caused torrential flooding across southeastern United States hampering lives of millions. Emergency responders launched massive operations to rescue people inundated in flood. Sports now. We'll talk about Chess Olympiad in a chat with DD India's Narayan Singh. Indian chess player Vidit Gujrati expressed his contentment after securing the gold medal at the Chess Olympiad 2024. He also stated the importance of this victory and the overwhelming experience of meeting Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Indian chess team created history in the Chess Olympiad in Budapest. Right now I'm joined by Vidit Gujrati. Vidit, congratulations, a fantastic performance by the you people. Winning a gold medal at the event like Chess Olympiads, the Olympics of the chess. So tell something about the whole tournament, how it panned out. You people were dominant throughout the tournament. So share your experience of the coveted event.
So previous editions we had come close, but the best we could have done was bronze in both the sections. We had never won gold, and there were I think over 189 or 190 countries participating in this tournament, and all the best players were sent. India was second seed starting out, so people did think that we had a very good chance this time. We had a very good team, but you have to perform over the board on that day, right? And we took a commanding lead as the tournament began, and we never left it. We scored 21 out of 22 points, which is the highest ever, and I think even if we play again, it will be hard to break that record.
Definitely. But talking about the kind of talent we have right now, even Gukesh is there in the World Championship final. So days are not far when there will be 2 Indians in the World Chess Championship.
That would be epic, and that would really show how strong we are as a nation in chess. And I'm sure, as I said, like we'll win more gold medals going ahead, but the first one will always be special.
So talking about you people met with the PM Modi also. PM always interacts with the players. So how was that experience? Share that experience.
It was amazing. I'm so grateful that he took out his valuable time from a busy schedule to meet us, encourage us, and we spent a lot of time talking. And I was really overjoyed to do that. And that just shows how much he loves sports and appreciates the sports people who do well. So I think there are a lot of kids who will take up sports because of it. Because of this encouragement.
Definitely, the way Vidit said that India was a dominant force in the Chess Olympiad, and he's also saying that the way the performance is there, days are not far when the Indians will be there. 2 Indians will be there in the final of the World Chess Championship final. With camera person Kumar Datta, Narayan Singh, DD India.
And Harika Dronawale expressed immense pride in India's historic victory in both open and women's section of Chess Olympiad. In an exclusive interview, she shared her joy in meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, describing it as a beautiful experience.
Indian chess players created history in the Chess Olympiad in Budapest, and right now I'm joined by Harika. Harika, a stupendous achievement both in the men's and women's section, winning a gold medal. How you look at this journey from last time when it was in India? We didn't won the gold medal, it was the bronze, and this time around winning the gold medal among the more than 190 countries. How you rate this achievement?
I think it's one of the, of course, historic achievement for Indian chess fraternity, but at the same time for me it's very, very special because I started Olympiad when I was 13 with a lot of dreams and hope that I wanted to see women team on the podium. And it's been a long journey, and I'm so glad that finally I could fulfill my dream. So yeah, last time it was bronze medal, but we were also very, very close. So somewhere we were really disappointed at the end. I think I'm so glad that we could erase all the memories and make it beautiful with this gold medal.
It was a fantastic tournament, and it was, we can say that, very stiff challenge too was there for you people. So what do you think? What was the most turning point of the 11 matches, do you think, in this Olympiad?
I think the most important was when we lost to, first is when we won with Georgia. So that's like why we won with one of the toughest team. But then the next day we had a setback by losing with Poland. So it wasn't easy to take because suddenly from 2-point lead we almost became joint leaders, and it gave a little pressure. But at the same time we kind of came back strongly as a team. We believed in our team that we know that we just wanted a gold medal, and that's what we I mean, in the end, it was little, the climax was a bit interesting. Maybe that's what we made it by losing with Poland. We made it interesting for the viewers. And in the end, I think we all came as a team and won the last two games with China and Azerbaijan. And we won, I think, in a very dramatic way. And I'm so glad that both men and women team won at the same time. I think that makes it extra special.
You people also met with the Prime Minister. So how was that experience meeting the PM of the country?
A very beautiful experience. I would say beautiful because I met him with my daughter this time, and that makes it extra special. I feel proud as a mother that I could do it for my daughter. She could meet Prime Minister Sir at the age of 2 years. So that's one thing. And for my chess and like for my chess fraternity, I think it's a great start. To be able to meet Prime Minister Sir, because we made him proud, and I think that it was very nice of him to take his time out, and in a short notice he invited all of us to his residence, and I think we would never forget this experience. I think this motivated us even more that we should bring more and more medals to the country.
Definitely, the way Harika is saying that it was a fantastic experience to meet PM Modi, and as well as it was a fantastic journey in the Chess Olympiad. With camera person Kumar Datta, Narayan Singh, DD India, Delhi.
Well, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile application. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.